Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Ekamac. This is Limbus Company. In the last episode, we had a little bit of a nice time in Luxcavations. Turns out that Sloth is very gentleman, not gluttony. And he's not that bad compared with some of the other things we've had to face. That said, we now have the gluttony Luxcavation. Like always, I haven't looked at this in advance. Of course, you already know what the Luxcavation is, so there's no point in me dragging it out, but basically, there's two people left that I think it could be. Fairy Longlegs or the Shock Centipede. And while I prefer Fairy Longlegs, I think it's going to be the Shock Centipede. I'm very surprised it's Fairy Longlegs, but I'm not disappointed. So, let me think. You know, it just struck me that, there's actually not that many gluttony IDs that we can rely on. Huh. So, I've actually heard something that I want to try out later. But also important point. Apparently they've made adjustments to the level 30 Gluttony Luxcavation, the one with Ali Watchdog. Apparently now he can get charges of lightning again. Which is why I'm going to try and rush through all this, but I'm hoping that once I burn off my daily bonuses I can show that off. Now, he relies mainly on Lust Blunt attacks, but he has a Lust Pierce attack. Do we have anything about passives? No. I think if we break his head or his arm, then we get debuffs down. Skim Wounds. If target has bleed, inflict paralyze. Oh, wait. This is on use. So if he goes after a bleeding target, then he negates their coin penalty. Then he negates their coin effect for once. He inflicts bleed count. If the target has bleed count, inflict more bleed. Entangled injury. If target has bleed, inflict bind. So yeah, you're picking up the idea here is that this is a guy with a lot of bleed. On the upside, Hong Lu is pierce resistant and he isn't weak to blunt, so he shouldn't mind too much here. Sinclair. I need to finish catching your level up, I think. This is down to whether we flip, this is down to who flips heads, but let's do it. This one is also down to who flips heads first. Actually, wait. Which attacks are we more worried about? Five plus 5, 4 plus 6, 5 plus 5, 4 plus 6. Let's go for the right side. For once, Ryoshu has rolled very good on her speed, which means that 3 paralyze is going to come in very handy. Gluttony Absolute Resonance. Of course, here it comes down to whether Hong Lu rolls her heads before Well, before you do, I guess. Oof, that ate up all of our stuff. Thank you, Sinclair. Okay, churning. Heal by 1% per target's bleed, remove all bleed. So, I think that this is supposed to be a slash attack in normal. Maybe it's been adjusted, maybe not. Just a quick reminder for people who don't know, this is a counter skill. So whenever we hit him, the first time we hit him, he's going to hit us back with this unopposed. So be cautious. Also fun is that we could just... I've been meaning to up-tie Legerdemain because the full paralyze on an AoE is fantastic. The downside is that because we have trouble aiming it, it's going to end up hitting the body and then he'll hit us back. With a Pride blunt attack, which is not something Gregor wants to see. Keep in mind that's on use and she is bleeding. We want someone else to intercept that. Okay, note to self, we need to swap Ryoshu back to her Lust ego because the resistance would be a lot nicer.
거치적거리지만 마. 예측대로고. 끝이.
Hello, we broke his left arm. Gain 2 attack power down every turn. It says 6 because it adds up all of his attack power down. Let's save that for an emergency. Oh, hello, he has new skills actually. Inflict bleed. If the target has bleed, heal 20. If the target has 2 bleed to count, inflict 5 bleed. Smeared flesh, huh? Okay, what attack is the strongest? Definitely smeared flesh. The downside being that, that aggro has slightly backfired on us, hasn't it? Let's try beating on that head for a little bit.
직접 나서지.
이봐, 버틸 자신 있어?
Hello! Okay, the body is mad. There's no passive about what triggers him using this. 10 plus 5. On use, spawn a giant clover next turn. Deal 5% damage per bleed count. If he loses, the giant clover spawns with 70% HP. On hit, remove all bleed count. I've had bad cases in the past where he actually used this, but he also used it right next to his counter skill. So you'd hit him with the you'd use something strong to beat the clash, but then you'd end up being hit anyway. You still want to make sure that giant clover doesn't do much. Actually, show me this. That also uses pride. We needed better pride generation than we had. Actually, I remember now why I wanted soda. It's because if I could find a source of envy, then I could use soda to provide one gloom. I need to look over my... I don't need to. As you can see, this fight isn't going that badly, but I kind of want to do some more work here. I don't exactly have much in the way of ego that aren't pulling from our favorite pool to rely on, do we? That's a guaranteed win. We're good there. You know what? I don't mind if you hit Hong Lu a second time.
명령대로. 이봐, 버틸 자신 있어?
Oof. So we have a beanstalk, or giant leaf as it's called. Worth saying that if he gets this off a second time, it triggers a skill check. That might not happen, but it is worth noting. At the start of the turn, give 1 HP healing boost and attack power up to Fairy Longlegs. We don't want him to do that.
거치적거리지만 마.
나무와 함께 베어 넘겨드리죠.
And the fun thing is that when you take out Fairy Longlegs, the leaf goes down with him. So that's nice. I'm glad it wasn't the Shock Centipede, because that one, it has some pretty brutal skills, and I don't think that tuning it down from Mirror Dungeon hard would really help. But also it has that long and involved immortality segment at the end. So yes, I'm very glad that this was Fairy Longlegs. But now let's think about it. You do have Envy, but you also just have flat out Gloom. You do have the Gloom that I want. Okay, swap her back to her Lust Ego just for the resistances. Swap you back over to your Zwei association because I'd like to have that one Gloom. Okay, I think this'll work.
예리한 검으로 하는 예술이 보고 싶었나?
It is a little unfortunate that Hong Lu lost that one clash, but he's a tank, he doesn't care. Yeah, this is why I don't use win rate, because it always assigns skills from left to right, and sometimes people that just don't have abilities that can take this stuff are prepared. I'm not sure what Utis did to him to make him so angry, but I think I'd like him to stop trying to hit her. Between the two, Pierce is the thing that Hong Lu doesn't mind taking damage from, so we swap it like that. You're resistant to blunt, and you don't care about lust, so... It's not good odds, but we don't mind that much because he does have some defense level from doing this.
거치적거리지만 마.
Wow, you actually won that.
예측대로.
You got lucky. You did not. I see the problem that we have here now. We have too many tanks. I don't get why he just uses the counter skill all on its own. It's the head that we're worried about.
직접 나서지.
Yeah, good block there. The thing is, I really would like to keep Hong Lu because that is nice gluttony damage. Here comes the tree. $25 SP is not an insignificant amount. All of the gluttony. Ooh, Ryoshu got a bit lucky there, didn't she?
다음 세상으로 넘어가려면 자, 여기구나.
I don't know, someone hit the head. We're going all in on this tree.
망설임이 없도록.
We did not go very all in on that tree. It probably is better at this point to just burst him down. So this is going to be paralyzed, so we're definitely going to beat the coin flip here. I don't trust it.
거치적거리지만 마.
거기까지. 오, 그 정도인가?
색색이 황홀하고.
You know, it just struck me that Honglu is now going to have to beat the natural roll of that die because we already used all the paralyze, beating his stronger attack there. Good job. And there is the usefulness of Dimensional Rift. When the turn ends, it becomes Rupture Count. Don't know why I'm putting so much thought into that. He's probably going to be dead soon.
적출할게요. 다시 못살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오. 제가 봐도 훌륭했네요. 잠깐 자유 시간 좀 갖고 돌아가면 안 되려나요?
actually, there's one more thing that I'd like to show in this fight, so I don't need to skip over it. I don't... It would be kind of cool to bring this guy in for one of these fights, because Uptie 4 does give him a bonus with 7 association fixes, but not the point. The point is there's one specific attack I'd like to get off in this fight. I really should take another pass through everything and see if there's a Gluttony Envy combo I could make use of. Now the thing is, Bloodsteep's sent here. It does have better clash odds, but if he loses, then he loses 20 SP, and that's a lot. Let's give it a shot. Not the best clashing odds, but I don't feel like anyone's in serious danger here. Ooh, he's saying really didn't want to lose. That first turn went way better than it had any right to. So the goal is to reach 6 Gluttony and 2 Sloth by the end of this turn, and also leave some greens, leave some Gluttony for next turn, so...
내 뒤로.
검을 덜 갈았었나?
Oh. We staggered his arm so we don't have any clashes this turn. What happened to my second sloth? Weird. It's kind of interesting that the Gluttony Luxcavation also uses quite a few Gluttony skills of his own. You know what? I bet the counter skill is actually for this purpose. I bet it exists specifically, I bet he has the counter skill so he can't do what I do in all the other Luxcavations and stick down a paralyze the turn before he uses his nuke. I was hoping to overclock, but that would be dangerous. So let's just use the regular sort. Save the gluttony skills. Save the gluttony skills.
망설임이 없도록.
이봐, 버틸 자신 있어?
Alright, so we use Legerdemain again. But here's the thing that I was hoping to get, or to show off. The passive for the Legerdemain. On hit, inflict 5 maggots at Gluttony Absolute Resonance times 8% chance. This deals gluttony damage. I feel like that could make for a nice thing, but then so could just getting off Ebony's stem. It's not gonna happen. Especially since we're throwing away his single gloom skill to use the Legerdemain back to back.
이봐, 버틸 자신 있어?
Oh man, they put the maggots on the tree. That wasn't what we wanted.
내 뒤로.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오.
Okay, with that all done, we are going slightly over the clock, but I really want to get to I really want to see what the watchdog is like now that we have lightning on it.
최선의
Presumably.
역시 공격이지. 전투 방패라고 들어봤어?
We have to take someone off, and actually that was something I was going to try out. Apparently if you use Red Sheet as a backup, then you can do quite a lot of nice things with
순수했던 나날로.
you can do nice things with the resonance passive should you get 4 gluttony resonance. Okay, I see a slight problem with this team. It's that we have more slash weak than blunt weak, and that could... We have way too much slash weak in this team, basically.
적출할게요. 흐드러졌구려.
Okay, so it has 2 stacks of lightning. This doesn't go down over time. The way you get rid of it is by hitting the telepole. Wait, while the telephone pole isn't broken, gain 1 lightning after an attack. Whenever the telephone pole is hit by an attack, lose lightning. The thing is, you take damage for shock that you... Yeah. So we don't want him to get to 5 lightning, but I kind of want to see what those attacks are like. It's kind of weird. So, where is it? At the start of combat, give highest resonance times 2 talisman to the ally with the most HP. That is definitely going to be Honglu. Which means he's going to... Yeah, that's fine.
흐드러졌구려.
Ooh, a 12 rupture per hit. I think that's worth the 10 HP lost.
피워보지.
검을 덜 갈았었나? 예측대로.
거기까지. 위험 요소 제거.
I don't know whether it was the 12 damage that did it, but there was still a very nice blitz of the watchdog. Anyway, that's that. Promise this is the end now. I don't know what else there is for me to cover in Limbus Company, so I guess
최선의 방어는 역시 공격이지.
we'll just sort of go offline for a bit. Content's going to slow down now that I've gotten through. I have to take my computer to be fixed. There's no other way around it. Or at least figure out what the heck is up with it. And we've cleared a full... Okay, one more little thing. Wrath, Lust, Sloth, Gluttony, Gloom, Pride, Envy. They've got it organized as a rainbow, and this is the same. This is basically the same order we go through the Luxcavations. I don't know, I think it's kind of interesting. Anyway, until next time guys, take care. I'll see you all around.